The 10th century was a time of great change. Old empires were crumbling, new powers were rising. From the battlefields of Europe to the courts of Asia, the world was in transition. This was a time of war and conquest. Yet it was also a time of great intellectual and cultural flourishing. The 10th century saw the rise of new empires and kingdoms. These new powers brought different cultures and ideas together. This led to new ways of thinking and living. The world was becoming more interconnected. In Europe, the Viking raids were coming to an end. New kingdoms were emerging from the ruins of the Carolingian Empire. In the Middle East, the Abbasid caliphate was weakening. New Islamic dynasties like the Fatimids were challenging its power. The 10th century was a pivotal moment in world history. It set the stage for the centuries that followed. To understand the world we live in today, we must first understand this era of transformation.
The Abbasid Caliphate was once a mighty empire. It stretched from North Africa to Central Asia. By the 10th century, it was in decline. Years of internal strife and external pressure had taken their toll. The Abbasid Caliphate had grown too large to control effectively. Rebellions broke out in its provinces. Local governors asserted their independence. The caliphs themselves were often weak and ineffective. They were unable to restore order. Adding to the Abbasids' woes were external enemies. The Byzantine Empire chipped away at its territory in Anatolia. The Fatimids, a new Shia dynasty, conquered Egypt. The Fatimids challenged the Abbasids for leadership of the Islamic world. The decline of the Abbasid Caliphate had a profound impact on the Middle East. It created a power vacuum that new empires and dynasties would fill. As the Abbasid Caliphate faltered, a new power emerged in North Africa, the Fatimids. The Fatimids were Shia Muslims. They claimed descent from the Prophet Muhammad's daughter, Fatima. They established themselves in Egypt in 969 AD. They made Cairo their capital. The Fatimids were ambitious and expansionist. They challenged the Abbasids for control of the Islamic world. They sent armies across North Africa and the Middle East. They conquered large territories. The Fatimids were not just military conquerors. They were also patrons of the arts and sciences. They established a flourishing culture in Egypt. They founded the prestigious Al-Azhar University in Cairo. It became a center of Islamic learning. The rise of the Fatimids was a major turning point in Islamic history. It marked the beginning of a new era of Shia power and influence.
In Western Europe, a new power was emerging from the chaos of the post-Carolingian world, the Holy Roman Empire. It was formed in 962 AD when Otto I, King of Germany, was crowned emperor by the Pope. The Holy Roman Empire was a loose confederation of German states. The emperor was elected by powerful nobles. The empire encompassed much of Central Europe. It would play a major role in European politics and religion for centuries. The formation of the Holy Roman Empire marked a new chapter in the relationship between the Church and the secular rulers of Europe. The emperor saw himself as the protector of the Church. He wielded considerable influence over religious affairs. The 10th century saw the Holy Roman Empire expand its power and influence. It consolidated its control over Germany. It also intervened in the affairs of Italy. It laid the foundation for its future dominance.
Section 5. The Tang Dynasty falls, a shift in the East. In East Asia, the once mighty Tang Dynasty was in its death throes. Internal rebellions and economic problems had weakened the dynasty. It finally collapsed in 907 AD. The Tang Dynasty had been a golden age for China. It was a period of peace, prosperity, and cultural achievement. Its fall marked the beginning of a period of political fragmentation known as the Five Dynasties and 10 Kingdoms period. During this time, China was divided into several competing states. Warlords battled for control of the fragmented empire. This period of instability would last for several decades. It had a profound impact on Chinese society. The fall of the Tang Dynasty marked the end of an era. It paved the way for the rise of a new dynasty, the Song. Section 6. The Song Dynasty, a new era for China. In 960 AD, a new dynasty emerged from the chaos of the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period, the Song Dynasty. Founded by Zhao Kuangyin, a military leader, the Song Dynasty would rule over a reunified China for over 3 centuries. The Song Dynasty was a period of economic prosperity and cultural achievement. The Song emperors reformed the government. They promoted trade. They encouraged the arts and sciences. China flourished under their rule. The Song Dynasty is also notable for its technological innovations. The Chinese invented gunpowder and the compass during this period. These inventions would have a profound impact on world history. The Song Dynasty was a golden age for China. It left behind a rich legacy of art, literature, and innovation.
Section 7. Kingdoms and Empires, a Tapestry of Power. The 10th century saw the rise and fall of numerous other kingdoms and empires around the world.
In South Asia, the Chola Empire, based in southern India, was expanding its power and influence. The Chola navy dominated the Indian Ocean.
In Southeast Asia, the Khmer Empire, centered in modern-day Cambodia, was at its zenith. The Khmer built magnificent temples at Angkor. These temples stand today as a testament to their architectural prowess.
In Africa, the Kingdom of Ghana, located in the Sahel region, grew wealthy from the trans-Saharan trade. Ghana controlled the gold trade. This made it a major economic power.
These kingdoms and empires, though geographically distant, were often interconnected through trade, diplomacy, and cultural exchange.
Section 8. Battles and invasions shaping the world. The 10th century was a time of frequent warfare. Battles and invasions reshaped the political landscape. In Europe, the Vikings continued their raids, though their power was waning. They faced stiff resistance from the emerging kingdoms of England and France. In Eastern Europe, the nomadic Pechenegs migrated westwards. They pressured the Byzantine Empire and other groups. In Central Asia, the Seljuk Turks, a nomadic group from the steppes, converted to Islam. They began their rise to power. These battles and invasions had a profound impact on the course of history. They led to the displacement of peoples, the rise and fall of empires, and the spread of new ideas and technologies. Section 9. Leaders and Legacies, the human story. Behind the grand sweep of history are the stories of individual men and women who shaped the course of events. The 10th century was no different. In Europe, leaders like Otto I of the Holy Roman Empire and Aethelstan of England left their mark on history. In the Islamic world, figures like the Fatimid Caliph al-Mu'iz and the Umayyad Emir Adud al-Dawla played key roles in shaping the political and cultural landscape. In China, Zhao Kuangyin, the founder of the Song Dynasty, laid the foundation for a new era of Chinese power and prosperity. These leaders, through their ambition, vision, and sometimes ruthlessness, left an enduring legacy on the world. Section 10. A time of innovation, science, and culture. The 10th century was not only a time of political and military upheaval, but also a period of significant intellectual and cultural ferment. In the Islamic world, scholars made important advances in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. The astrolabe, an instrument used for navigation and astronomical observation, was perfected during this period. The works of Greek philosophers like Aristotle were translated into Arabic, preserving them for posterity. In China, the invention of printing with movable type revolutionized the spread of knowledge. The development of gunpowder led to the creation of new weapons. These inventions would have a profound impact on warfare in the centuries to come. The 10th century, though often overlooked, was a pivotal period in world history. It was a time of transition, transformation, and innovation that laid the foundation for the world we live in today.